Hello classmates, it's nice to be in front of you again. This is our last assignment for the semester. Last time we took a look at the financial impact of drug prices on individuals in a sensitive financial situation or in the middle of a career or life change event. This time we'll take a look from the other side of drug pricing. What does it cost to bring a drug to market, and how is that cost recaptured and pricing set? Supporting prescription drug prices in a capitalistic market-based system. Today's market-based system affords many advances in modern medicine. But what is the cost at bringing a new drug to market, and how is the cost recaptured? So why are drug prices so high in the U.S.? We have some of the best research facilities in the world here. Many of the largest pharmaceutical companies either have operations here or are based out of the United States. But simply stating the facts, it takes a lot of time and money, along with and the research and development and marketing costs are simply massive. Clinical trial and FDA approval is a really long process. By the time all barriers to open market are met, the capital and time expenditure is immense. We're going to discuss a few of these processes right now. First, let's take a look at what these are. The first step in discovering a drug candidate is by research into the molecular and cellular basis for disease. This step alone can have many years in it in the laboratory environment. Once this process has a successful outcome, it results in a compound being developed along with some pre-clinical trial testing occurring in the lab. Now, the ratio of drugs that successfully make it through this process is 1 in 1,000. That's a really slim success margin with a really large investment in time and money to get to that point. If the drug made it through these processes, it now has to be registered with the FDA, which, if successful, will allow it to go into full clinical testing. From this point, it will now have to go through 4 phases of actual clinical testing. These 4 phases will take from 6 to 10 years, depending on the drug, to complete, and those have to be completed to allow access to open market of the drug for patient and physician. So what is the capital expenditure and investment for a new prescription drug? While a precise dollar amount isn't known on any given drug, since sensitive proprietary information is held under strict secrecy, an article published in Pharma's annual report sheds some light on that subject. The report published in 2000 states an average capital investment cost of $802 million US. This massive outlay of capital is said to be the justification for high drug prices. This report is now 18 years old. Where could that number be today? I didn't find that number, but it's going to be higher than 802 million. As a collective annual figure, it is estimated that research and development capital of pharma member companies in the US and globally is approximately $30 billion annually. Now, this is an immense sum of money, and it needs to be recaptured at some point. And from an executive standpoint, it needs to be recaptured as quickly as possible because that money has sat out in time for a long time. Now, here's an opinion on the financial justification on the pricing of prescription drug therapy and treatment. This opinion is from an article published in 2006 in the journal Market Watch authored by Christopher P. Adams, and it quotes the influential CEO of Merck, Raymond V. Gilmartin. Paraphrasing, he says, "The price of meds isn't simply determined by the research and development or marketing costs, whether that's $500 million or $1 billion, but how the patient and doctors see it and how important it's perceived to treat disease." These findings and estimates of drug development costs are further supported in the article previously mentioned and further in the report also mentioned in the Pharma Annual Report from 2000. Both of these articles, it seems apparent within them that there is no clear policy or formula to set prescription drug prices here in the United States. Rather, it's really quite subjective, with a number of knowns and unknowns in the setting of a company's pricing and valuation of a prescription drug. It is, however, vitally important for that company to recapture its investment as quickly as possible. So, in conclusion, as these two research articles indicate, the amount of time and capital to bring a new drug to the patient-doctor interface is incredibly high. High prices on prescription drugs seem to be supported by the importance of the drug to the patient and the physician. It's also reflected in the willingness of Medicare, Medicaid, and insurance to pay the market price of the drug. Companies need to be able to recapture that investment and make a profit in a reasonable amount of time. This allows investment capital to be placed into the next round of the discovery drug cycle, thus allowing the progress of medicine and pharmaceutical research to advance.